Hey, what's good with y'all? What's good with y'all, man? Hey, what's good with y'all, man? This the Walker Bar for Black Authentic Truth. About to go in, about to come with these hard topics, these hard-hitting topics that Black people need to think about. 250 years, and we still not equal in policing how we feel about our ancestors. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? All right. Let me just get a check. Okay. Let's get a check real quick. Let's get a check. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So yeah, shout out to everybody that's tapped in now or going to tap in later once I'm no longer live. Shout out to you for viewing the video, watching the video. All right. This is water, y'all. It's water. But but shout out to you. Like I said, I got these topics I want to go into. 4th of July just happened. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the response. I made this video about 4th of July. I actually made it on Wednesday during class, and I clipped it, I posted it, and it went absolutely viral. Okay, on Black Authentic Truth on Facebook and Instagram. And for anybody that watches me on Facebook, or you be trying to like get in contact with me through the Facebook, I just want to let everybody to know that I don't have control of the Facebook. So there's a glitch, there's something going on with that, and it's been for like 3 or 4 months. I'm still able to post, but I'm unable to see messages. I'm unable to respond to comments. And I see it's a lot of white people in there that's trolling, saying a lot of things, and I can't do anything about it. So just to give people a heads up, if you follow me on Facebook, that's the reason why you don't see me respond. But look for the Walker Bar. I try to respond as much as I can. Look for that. I'm trying to rectify the situation and get full control of my page again. But as of right now, I don't have the access to actually see messages. So you can message me at the Walker Bar. Matter of fact, I put it at the bottom of the screen. You can message me if you're trying to get in contact with me. I'm sure I got a lot of hate messages, a lot of, N words with the hard ER. That was normal when I would check the messages. You can email me at thewalkerbar@gmail.com if you want to get in contact me with that way, or at the Walker Bar, you can instant message me on the Walker Bar, that Facebook. Of course, what else? I don't really check the Instagram like that. Speaking of the Instagram, I didn't plan on doing that, but maybe I'll do it at another time. There's this guy that had messaged me, and I never checked the Instagram, but it's this guy that had instant messaged me, and he was just like, matter of fact, the video that I did about Annie Fisher, who became a millionaire from baking biscuits, I did a video on that, and I just happened to just be looking at the video and seeing that this guy, this would appear to be a black man, he basically said DM him, right? So I just wanted to see, because you know that stuff typically be like scams or whatever. Wanted to see. So I go to his page. He got 20 million followers, and he just like, if you look at the page, he's just living the lifestyle, right? He's living the lifestyle, like him and his woman and kid, and they're everywhere, and they have all of these exotic cars, and he's being followed by a lot of different people that are, you know, that are celebrities themselves. And so I'm thinking in my mind, like, he's seen that video because that's pure Black history. That Annie Fisher video, pure Black history. I'm thinking that he's seen the video and he's just like, maybe there's some way we can collaborate. So I'm looking at it like this brother got 20 million followers, like Viola Davis. I get a lot of people that celebrities. Sugar Free follow me. Like, I get a lot of people that celebrities that either follow me or like my content on Instagram. I never, say that. It doesn't really matter to me, right? But Viola Davis, the actress, she liked some of my stuff, and she has 12 million followers. So she's well known, been in a lot of movies, and she has 12 million. This brother, well, you'll find out. He had 20 million followers. So I'm like, okay, maybe, he want to do some work with me. Maybe he sees something in this video that I did that he can utilize, or want to ask me something, or maybe it's something he can offer me, like a job or some type of resource to work together or something like that. So I hit him up like, hey, bro, so I seen that you DM me, and but it was 2 days prior. And so he hit me back. Matter of fact, I think I can play it for you. He voice messaged me. Let me see. I never really checked this. Let me see. Okay. His name is let me see if I can go to his profile, because it's back up. It's back up. Okay. Because I couldn't see it after I didn't respond. So excuse me. He says, "What's good, gang? I've been locked in with this AI sports betting shit heavily lately. You see the motion. I'm just pushing my site for real. Sent you the link. Now listen to this.
I know you ain't no dummy. I know you know the value of money. Come lock in with me, man. This shit too easy. 18 million people don't follow me for no reason. I mean, you see the motion. Do this shit for your people, for your family. Go look at my page right quick. You know what I'm saying? Go through my comments. You see everybody fucking with me. You might well fuck with me too."
Right? He talking fast. Like I let my rib hear it. She said, "It sounds like AI, right?" So I left it alone. So the following day, he said, "It's an easy free 5K, a win-win situation." I didn't pay attention. So I finally looked at it. Like 2 days later, he said, "You don't see the messages? Damn, Pete, my page real quick. Go through the comments and all that. You see I'm solid." So let me show you. Maybe I can pull it up right here. Here's his page. Now that I can I can see it, because when the day that happened, right, I could not see it. The day that the 2 days passed and I could not actually see it. It's almost like I was blocked from being able to see his profile, and some of the messages disappeared, but I could still hear the voice message. I'm gonna get to it. All right, let me find the message on here. So I'm gonna screen share it. All right, perfect. So let me screen share. StreamYard is open twice. Let me close this. Let me screen share real quick for y'all, so you can see. So, that was the DMs. It was just open, right? Let me add it to the let me remove some of this stuff. All right. So this is the page. Hustle Man the rapper 1,000 posts, 20 million followers, right? And you go down. He's followed by Spank Nitty. He's followed by DC the comedian, right? He's got a picture with Rick Ross. He's in what is it? Is a Lamborghini truck? Y'all can see it, right? Yeah, y'all can see it. He's in a Lamborghini truck. Let me hit this post. I don't know. I don't want to play the music, but anyway, this is the dude that hit me up, right? This is him and this girl. Armed security, Bentley truck, what it looks like, or a Rolls Royce truck, whatever. This is the dude that's hit me up, right? This is him and his girl. These are the people that hit me up. And you heard it. So he's like, he's on it. And it's so suspicious because I'm like, bro, if you got 20 million followers, why do you care? Why do you care if I go look at your page? Why you even care about me? I got 189,000 followers on Instagram. You got 20 million followers on Instagram. Why do you care if I go look at your page? Why are you hustling so much, right? Turns out when I go and looked, and I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do it right here, but when I went and I just Googled him, and nothing but a whole bunch of scamming came up. People saying it's a scam. He's a scam artist. I was like, wow. Like, so, but I didn't bite. But my first instinct was like, if you commenting on a Black historical video and you telling me to get at you, I'm thinking like, maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe we can work together. That's what I was thinking. But the first video voice message was kind of weird because he was thirsty. And then after that, I didn't respond. And then like 2 days later, I look at and he's like, you didn't see those messages? Go look at my thing. Everybody fucking with me. Turned out that he's a scammer and he's an African. Wouldn't you know? Who would have thought? He's an African scammer. Well, this dude that's all over this thing, he's African. He's a scammer. Now, sister said that page looked like it's ran by scammers. When you look it up, let me just look it up. Let's just do an investigation online right now, right? Because I remember looking it up and I was like, I'm glad that it didn't make sense to me in the first place. But now I see that people are saying that this is a scammer. So let me just, what's his name again? I keep forgetting. Hustle Man the rapper. All right. He got some songs on there. He rapping. Complete trash. Complete garbage. Go look him up yourself. Now, so when you just look, okay. I'm a screen share. Let me screen share this page. Let me see, make sure it's sharing. It's sharing. Okay, so right here, Hustle Man the rapper. I scrolled down right from here, from the top. Right here, you have videos saying don't do business with him. Leave the artist alone. What? Let me see.
Number one, you are artists in this industry area. Don't trust no online scammers. These dudes are clout chasers out for your money. I see this Curtis King video. Shouts my dude. I'm warning all the music artists out there, singers, producers. Do not do business with Hustle Man the rapper on any platform whatsoever. Rule number two, don't.
I think you get the point. It's all kind of videos that you can find where he's a scammer. So I'm just putting this out there for brothers and sisters, like people that have a platform. You know what I mean? My platform is not, it's a modest platform. If I really just count it up, I got 24, let's just say 24,000 on YouTube, 200,000. And these are numbers I'm rounding them off. It's really 200 and something, right? 200,000. All right. On Facebook, 180, excuse me, on Instagram, and then on TikTok, I can't remember, but almost 500K. All right. Anybody that's in that range, you need to be looking out for Hustle Man the Rapper, because he's gonna hit you in the DMs, and you like just street smarts, right? Street smarts. You don't even have to be internet savvy. Just somebody that is constantly asking you for something. Like, if you this way up there and I'm down here, what do you need me for? That already seemed off. You got 20 million people following. What do you need me for? Why are you trying to hustle me? Why are you trying to get me to go look at your page? I looked at his page. He didn't know. I didn't never respond to him. I looked at his page. His page, you know, it looked like he got a lot of money, do a lot of things, a lot of expensive cars and all of that, living the lifestyle that anybody would want to live, but something just didn't sit right in my spirit with it. And I never responded. But then I did my research, and of course, he's a scammer. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, what is he? Because he the way he talks, how he sounds, he don't sound like a black person from America. You know what I mean? And off top, I was like, oh, he's African. He's definitely scamming. You know, those Nigerians really be scamming. You know what I'm saying? Nigerians really be scamming. But anyway, man, I wasted enough time on Hustle Man the Rapper. Let me see. Let me remove this. Let's remove Hustle Man. Yeah. So let's get with it. Hey, shout out to everybody that's rocking with me. Shout out to everybody that's up in here. Kyle Maz, Nakaf, Madana. And let's see. I'm gonna get straight to these topics, okay? So now what I wanted to do was I wanted to go so I made the video and I kind of went off, right? I made the video about the 4th of July, and you know, it went viral. It went viral on Instagram. It went viral on Black Authentic Truth Facebook. And you know, just read some of the comments. You know what I mean? It was all platforms. It kind of went up for me because I posted it on July 3rd. And of course, by the 4th, people was chiming in. And so I wanted to just go and respond to some of these comments that Black people was making. So what I initially said in the video is that Black people are going to celebrate the 4th of July when they was enslaved during that time. And the irony of that is that white people in America celebrated Independence Day and being free and liberated from Britain. At the same time, in 1776, they couldn't understand why Black people should be free from them. Okay. And I also said that Black people need to wake up. So there's a few responses. I just want to just go over maybe 3 or 4 of them, maybe one on each platform real quick, just to, you know, show you how people think, how our people think, which doesn't surprise me, but I definitely wanted to respond to some of it live. All right, so I should have kept the screen up. Now I have to reshare. Let's see, what should I do for? So I'll go to I don't think TikTok was really bad. So anyway, I'm gonna share it. All right, so on the TikTok, see if I can see the comments. So the comments, it says, the first comment says, I'm just glad to have the day off work. And, you know, I said to myself, well, it was Saturday. You was going to have the day off anyway. Well, maybe you worked on Saturday. I don't know. Not too many people work on Saturday. Typically, traditionally, Saturday is a day off for a lot of people that go to work Monday through Friday. Okay. Excuse me. Somebody said, honey, I'm in my bed under the AC. I heard that. Facts. Somebody said, personally, I've never celebrated it. So that wasn't really that, that bad. What I noticed is about 70% of people actually agreed with the video that commented. I would say about 70%. The majority of people agreed with the sentiment of why are we even celebrating it, right? Now this is, so that was TikTok. This is Instagram. All right, so let me share this. So on Instagram, this is the first comment. He said that this one said, and I actually responded to this one. It says, stop buying electronics, stop eating out, stop going to sporting event, stop going to, I think they meant to say, stop going to all sporting events. Oh, they did. They corrected it. Stop going to the movies, stop going to concerts, stop going to the clubs and lounges, stop paying for streaming services, stop paying taxes collectively, all as one and one for all. The way to hit the back is not the way to hit them back is what I'm thinking what he's trying to say is not fighting in the streets because we can't win like that. I agree. And we don't want loss of life. I agree. The path to change is choking off the almighty dollar to corporate America. I agree. Suffocate the money flow and people will have no choice but to pay attention. I agree. The sooner we realize that the people actually make the country run from our sweat and blood, the better we'll be. That is an amazing comment from Paradox Stock. That was an amazing comment. And I totally agree with everything he talked about. He's talking about essentially boycotting in the way that our ancestors in the 40s, 50s, in the 60s through the civil rights movement boycotted, when they took their money and they actually got attention of the bus companies. They got the attention because they took their money away. That's real power to these people, is your lack of resources and money. And I was planning on doing a video on this. I'll just say it. Black people have 1.6 trillion spending power, buying power, meaning it's the money that we spend before we go broke. After we done paid rent, bills, and stuff like that, it's the money we spend before we go broke. Has nothing to do with actual power, but we're spending this money in familiar places. Now, if we took that money and didn't spend it like Paradox Stock said, that's how you get their attention. So I agree with that, Paradox. I agree with that. Now, let me move over to, let's go to Facebook, Black Authentic Truth Facebook. And I will start, let me start at let me do this so we can see. This sister, Carolyn Bond, said, not me. I will not celebrate the 4th of July. I will wear my dashiki as usual on cookout for me and no cookout for me. Juneteenth is my day to celebrate. I mean, I'm really not mad, but I will say dashiki is not our culture, but that came very popular like in the 60s, 70s with Black people in America trying to, connect back to their roots in Africa. It's definitely not our culture, but it is African culture. But I'm not mad at the fact that she said, listen, not me. I'm going to, my time is past. Juneteenth was my time. I'm not doing nothing today. And a lot of people was upset about that. Now, this one was looked like an older brother, Bishop Cantone. He said, but y'all shop at the stores that support the 4th of July. I'm just saying. So technically, you celebrate it. I'm just saying. I'm American, though. So we popping shit and barbecue tomorrow. That would, mind you, these comments come from yesterday. So this older brother who's definitely lost said, he said, technically the stores celebrate 4th of July. Well, everybody celebrates 4th of July in America. It doesn't mean that you have to follow the customs of America anymore. You're no longer a slave anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't care what anybody does, but you know, education is really vital to anybody thinking a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? Hey, do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And then this sister, Jeanette Smith, she looks like she's an older sister, well in age. She says, I will celebrate. I don't have a slave mentality and I don't live on a plantation. I was born in America. I know who I am as a Black woman who was born and raised in the USA. Uh, Clearly, uh, you know, 10 years ago, I learned a term, and this term is called Stockholm Syndrome. And I had never heard the term before, didn't know what it meant. And then I learned what it meant. And clearly, even in 2026, in the second term of Donald Trump, many Black people have Stockholm Syndrome. All right. It is I can't even explain, you know, how somebody could not see the reality of history and in the present moment that we live in concerning where we're at as a people, and to defend, you know, following the traditions of America, whereas your ancestors literally did this thing because they didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice. But we do have a choice. We don't live in a time where you're forced to follow. And another thing, I'm off of that, right? But another thing I want people to think about is, where are the Asian people that are happy about the 250-year anniversary of America? Where are the Arabic people that live in America that are happy and, celebrating the independence of America? Where are the Japanese? Where are the Hawaiian? Where are all of these other groups? It seems as though you only see white people and Black people doing it. So as a Black person, ask yourself this: why do you do it? I'm sure you grew up doing it. Your parents did it. Their grandparents did it. But why do you do it? And do you have to do it to be successful in America? Because I see other cultures that don't celebrate American culture, and they're right here in America prospering, serving their gods, living their culture, keeping their traditions. Something to think about. All right. So where we at? Okay, the last one would be YouTube. Last one will be YouTube. Let's see where we at. Screen share this. All right, give me a second. Right, this is YouTube. This is YouTube. Let me close this out. Now, this is YouTube. Now, the first one is Helen Jones, 1977. I'm supposing that Helen was born in 1977. So she says, so true, brother. Some of our people are sleeping on the truth about this country. This country has been here longer than 250 years. See, she put more. Oh, she put a lot. Because the Native Americans lived on their land for over 1,000 years, and the white man came here and killed the Native American Indians, put them in jail, used their women and children, raped them, and stole their land and stole their land. As a child, our father never celebrated the 4th of July because my father, I'm thinking of something, but she said because my father said, I'm adding this, because my father said the 4th of July was a lie from the white man. Black people, let's get it together. Thank you again, sir, for the truth. And Helen, I just want to thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you for your comment. And you said a lot in there. And Helen was born in 1977, and she said her father told them that the 4th of July was a lie from the white man. Good night. But like I say, a lot, we wouldn't know these things if it wasn't for the history, okay? And our parents, elders, and people laying down what the real is. So this is one more I'm gonna do. This is the last one. It says Miss Smith, 1506. Truth. We never be able to move forward as long as we keep bringing up the history. First, we have to fix the Black community. Worried about what happened in the past instead of trying to fix the Black against Black. Start there first. Now, I understand. I definitely understand what Desmi Smith is saying. Do I agree with it? I don't agree with it. But she said, stop bringing up the history. Once again, Stockholm Syndrome. You don't know where you're going if you don't know your past. And you should know your past. Every group of people should know their past. You should understand the past. They used to have a saying when I was growing up, learn the past so it doesn't repeat in the future. Talking about atrocities and tragedies. Learn the past so it doesn't repeat the future. So Desi Smith, you're off with that. Respectfully. She says, first have to fix the Black community. We definitely have to fix the Black community. I agree with that. But a lot of problems in the Black community can explain by what happened in the past. What happened in history. Desi? You understand that? Like, let me just give you an analogy. If you looking at me and I'm a poor man on the street and I'm an alcoholic and I'm just destroyed and messed up out of my mind, and you looking at me and saying that man needs to get himself together. What happened to him? Why is he like that? Well, you would have to go into my history, probably 10, 15, maybe 20 years before, to see what happened in my life to send me the way of ending up as a homeless person on drugs and an alcoholic. You see, that's the thing that people never want to talk about. It's a shame that, I'm assuming this person is Black. It's a shame that Black people would say, forget about history, talk about right now in the past. That's a shame. And you know where that comes from? It comes from white supremacy and a Stockholm syndrome. That's where that comes from. It's a shame that somebody would say that. In anything in its present state, I think I said this before, right? Anything in its present state, you have to see what happened previously for it to get in its present state. I just explained it. If you're looking at a destroyed neighborhood, a destroyed person, you're looking at a broke down car, you have to look into the history of how did it get like this? Oh, I see. See right here, when it needed an oil change, the owner didn't get an oil change. They kept driving it. When it needed a new starter, they didn't get one. They kept driving it. When they needed to put new tires or get the tires rotated, they didn't do that. They kept driving it. That's why the tires messed up. That's why the engine is idling bad. That's why it's smoking. That's why it's a hoopty when it used to be a pristine car. It's the same thing with people, places, and things. You need to go into the history in order to figure out why is it like this right now? What got it here? So when you look at Black people and the problems, you look at brown people and their problems, you look at all people and their problems, you have to consider what got them here. Now, she said, first we have to fix the Black community. I disagree. We do need to fix the Black community, but we can do those things at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time, meaning we can talk about history and we can talk about fixing our community and fixing what's going on in our community, the bad parts. She said, worried about, I'm saying she, but I don't know. Okay, my apologies. Worried about what happened in the past instead of trying to fix the Black against Blacks. Start there first. I'm assuming the Black on Black crime. This is another Stockholm Syndrome comment. It's like a coon comment where they say, instead of worrying about what white police officers are doing to Black people, no. This is what they say. This is one. They say, well, maybe if Black people stop killing each other, they'll stop killing us, the police. Really? 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 That's insane to think that way. Okay? And it is a slave mentality. Everybody that tried to defend celebrating the 4th of July had a slave mentality yesterday. They still have it to this day. You know what I mean? They have Stockholm Syndrome. You know what I mean? But anyway, I responded to those comments. Okay, I'm just going to let's get rid of that. Responded to those comments. Now, there's a video I want to go into real quick. Excuse me.
Saying I'm an African American because I'm not.
Let me start it over.
I've shifted from saying I'm an African American because I'm not. I'm a Black American.
I say Black too.
Mm-hmm. I'm not an African American. I don't. Nothing about life, my family, nothing leads back there. Everything leads back to we were stripped of our culture and created our own.
Again, that continent is that continent, bro. Like, yeah, let that.
That's literally our roots. That's
literally roots, though.
Okay, true. But we know for a 1,000% fact that's our roots.
And up to 2% from Ghana, all of a sudden they got the Ghana flag running around. So that's why I'm like, honestly, I'm telling you, that's even after seeing all these soccer teams, I'm like, no, I'm a Black American, bro. I'm not even trying to claim that. So this is my roots are. This is where my family is. This is what it is.
1,000%.
This has been a conversation forever, and Black people switch up their identity every 20 years. Okay. So this sister, and it was two people agreeing right here, the sister and the brother, then another brother said, we are 100% from Africa. Right. And she's saying all of my roots, everything I know comes from here. You find Black people like that all the time, like where everything stops here because, you remember your great grandmother and she's from Louisiana, she's from Texas or whatever the case may be. This is where we fall short at and not searching out our identity. We fall short because even saying we're from Africa, even if you accept that, there's still more study and inspection and investigation that you need to do. You know what I mean? And as Israelites, it's already been done. The extensive research on who we are has already been done. In fact, you are from the landmass of West Africa or Africa in general, but it doesn't mean necessarily that you are quote unquote African from Ghana, Ghanaian, Senegalese, Nigerian, because you're not. You are a distinct group of people, an ethnic group. Many people will say the place where you came from, one of the places being Bambara or Igbo, many different places in the Ivory Coast. But according to history, research, biblical prophecy, you are the children of Israel. You are God's chosen people. And they like to throw this out there is that, you know, your own people sold you, but in reality, they wasn't our people. The problem is everybody thinks that just because you are melanated and you on the landmass of Africa, that you are the same people, when that is not true. Similar to Asians or Chinese and Japanese are on the same landmass, come from the same landmass, but they are distinctly different. You probably can't tell, right? The same way people that are racist towards black people, don't matter what you are. It don't matter who you are. If you're melanated and you're dark skinned, you're all the same to them. Like white people don't care what it is. You all the same to them, right? But in reality, the Africans that sold black people, or whatever you want to call yourself, black people to America, to Europeans, were culturally and ethnically different from them. That's a fact. That's a solid fact. And there is a large miseducation in black people, not just black people, but Africans, and also, of course, Europeans, white people, Americans, because who cares? Everybody is into, what I want to say? Everybody is not intellectually, but academically lazy when it comes to studying and searching out who these people are and where they came from. But to sit there and try to just claim I'm Black American and say none of my family goes back to where I come from, I'm just focusing on the generations here in America, that's lazy. That's lazy. And that is, in that type of mindset is why we will never change, why we will never be able to fix our community. What I just went over, those responses, not the ones agreeing with me, but the responses that were going against me and basically saying they're going to celebrate the 4th of July. That mindset is the reason why there will be another Cyrus Belton. Yeah. That mindset is the reason why another week from now, there will be another shooting where 8 people get shot in Chicago. That is the same reason why there will be more and more Black people getting addicted to drugs. The same reason why your sons are fighting in the street and your daughters are whores, because you follow the culture of America. But ask yourself this question. Has the culture of America helped the Black community or hurt it? What did it do more? Help or hurt the Black community by following it? All right. So let me drop that. Okay. Let's remove that. This is something I was talking about. This is something let me check it. Something that this is one of the things that you hear people say when it comes to our history. You hear them say, I was never a slave. And let me just be honest. White people say this a lot. You were never a slave. I never owned slaves, which is true. It's very true. Okay. But you have Black people that say, I was never a slave. I'm celebrating this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that because my people was never a slave. Once again, that mindset, right? And I agree. Yeah, you wasn't a slave. You wasn't a slave. You didn't have to physically pick cotton. Physically, you was not a slave. But look at your life. Look at your people. Look at your family. You got pregnant when you was 13. Your daughter got pregnant when she was 14. You don't know how to choose a man. As a man, you don't know how to choose a woman. You run from responsibility. Your sons are killing each other in the goddamn street, and your daughters is on stripper poles and naked on the internet. Yeah, you wasn't a slave, but you might as well have been one. Look how destroyed you are. Even the slaves wasn't as destroyed as black people are today. Yeah, you wasn't a slave. You're just a slave up here, celebrating the 4th of July when your people were in chains. At least at least at that time, they didn't have no choice. You got all the choice and freedom in the world as a black person. Black people that were physically in chains had no choice but to celebrate Christmas, but to celebrate the 4th of July. Those are the biggest holidays, right? Christmas, the 4th of July, and New Year's Day. They didn't have no choice. You live in a time period where you have a choice. You can say, man, I ain't following that crap, man. But you stuck in a tradition. What would our ancestors say if they could see now, like the things that they had to do, our people now live at a time when they don't have to do it? What would you think the ancestors would say? They would say, keep celebrating the 4th of July? Is that what you think? Going back to what I said, you might as well be a slave. You might as well have a shackle on your head because you can't think outside the box. Right? I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. You can't not think outside of the box. I was going to go into the wild men. I want to talk about the wild men and the Moorish tapestry that shows the wild men who were European men who were covered in hair, wild men with clubs, like what you know today as a caveman. I want to go into that history, and I was going to do it today, but I didn't feel prepared, to be honest with you. So I said I'm gonna do it maybe the next time I go live and go into the wild men, some history, some Moorish, not just Moorish history, but European history, to show you who was on the throne and who was not on the throne. Okay. But 250 years later, we still not equal. So you have black people celebrating the holiday of independence when you can't even get justice. You can't even get fair justice through the judicial system. You can't get fair justice to this very day. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Nigga, are you insane? No, you just have Stockholm syndrome. You just have a slave mentality. And it's okay. Ain't nobody trying to force no black people to nobody. We ain't trying to listen. I'm not trying to force nobody. Do what you gonna do. There's gotta be a separation amongst black people anyway. It's gotta be an awakening amongst black people anyway. So you want to celebrate holidays and celebrate all that European crap, do it. Have fun at it. Have at it. But there are people, like I said, when I go through my comments, I mean, like, and we're talking about thousands, tens of thousands of people. 70% of them people agree with we shouldn't have been celebrating the 4th of July. I mean, it's always going to be black people that think another way. So you can't be mad at that. But there's some people right there in the gray area that say, you know what, this actually makes sense. Why am I celebrating this stuff? Those are people I'm talking to. I'm not talking to the people that's just stuck. Like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm wearing my flag. I'm doing, I'm going to be barbecuing. I'm going to buy an outfit and all. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to black people that are on the fence. Black people that are right in the middle. Black people that was like, you know what? Let me rethink this. Why am I doing this? Why do I celebrate Halloween? Why do I celebrate this stuff? Like, what do I get out of it? Like my kids would still be happy if I wasn't doing it. I still be able to provide for my kids and buy things for my kids. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? But now moving on to the last thing, this is the thing, man. When it comes to us talking about the history of our people, you know what I'm saying? That's not just because, like, Black people are not talking about the history of their ancestors and what they went through just to be talking about it. Whether Black people understand this or not, you're doing that because you know that your ancestors, you are your ancestors and you love your ancestors. Whether you can articulate that or not, or understand that or not, you love them. You love them. But then you have people that say, why are you bringing that up? Why are you talking about it? Why are you living in the past? Why are you not talking about what's going on right now? We just read that comment. Why are you worried about what happened in history? Worry about what's going on right now. You have people that want to tell you how you should think or what you should say about the history of your people. Listen, don't ever fix your mouth to tell me how I should feel about my ancestors that came before me. All right? Don't ever do that. I can literally go on the internet right now and see what my ancestors went through. I can read their experiences. I can read it and it's written down on paper, coming straight from their mouths, recorded straight from their mouths. The same way that any culture reflects and they love the good and the bad and the triumphs and the tragedies of their culture, I can do the same. Black people can do the same. You understand that? But it seems like in America, you have every new generation of white people that want to tell Black folks how they should feel about their ancestors and what they went through. They want to police how you feel. Even though much of the same racism and hate of the past is expressed every day towards Black people. Like, I had to learn how to love my ancestors. I had to learn that because I was born into a world full of lies. Straight when you're born into a world full of lies, full of hate, full of half-truths, and full of stereotypes about your people. That's the world we are born into. Most Black people don't know their history. You learn your history, the real reality about America, you learn about the 4th grade, maybe the 5th grade. Some people even later, they learn that. The real history of America, right? So it took my whole life for me to have this perspective. It took up until this point for me to get to see the world and see things how I see it. And every group loves and embraces their ancestors, the good and the bad. Every group. You can name these different groups that they take pride in the good and the bad. They have pride because they love their ancestors. They feel their ancestors. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? And that's their right. That's their right. So if I want to talk about the atrocities that happened to my people, that's me. That's my right. You understand? So don't ever think that you could police how I feel about my people. Don't ever think you can police how I feel about my ancestors. because I love my ancestors, because I am my ancestors. You understand that? I don't know where these people, where they get this idea that, you know, because something happened in the past, we can't feel what our ancestors went through. No one questions anybody else when they are talking about what their ancestors went through and the pride and the struggles that they went through, the hardships they went through. It just so happened that the hardships and atrocities our people went through are the greatest on planet Earth. It's been recognized by the United Nations and all kinds of people as being a grave stain on humanity. That's not our fault, and we're not going to apologize for that. But don't ever think that you can tell me that I can't, like, you think that because you don't like what's coming out of my mouth about what happened to my ancestors, that I should shut up and be quiet about it. No, you shut up and be quiet about it. No, don't listen to it. Close your ears. Because I'm not going to stop talking about my people, because I love my people. I feel the spirit of my people. And I'll be damned if somebody else going to have me shut up about what happened to my people. If you don't want to hear it, you can scroll. If you don't want to hear it, you can keep walking. If you don't want to hear it, you can put earphones on. If you don't want to hear it, who gives a fuck? I don't care about anybody that's talking about the atrocities, the problems of their people. It doesn't bother me to where I want them to shut up and not say anything. They have a right to do that. Chinese, Irish, whatever the case may be. You want to talk about it? That's how you feel? Go ahead. That's your people. Go ahead and do it. But don't tell me how I should feel about my people. Don't try to police how I should talk about my people or what I should focus on about my people. Don't do that, because you're only going to make an ass of yourself. I hope you understand. All right. Anyway, with that, y'all, I thank everybody for rocking with me. You know what I mean? This is a short live, of course. What we've been going for, we're just over an hour. It's a short live. I'm sure people will tap in later. I thank everybody. You know what I mean? And if you didn't celebrate, shout out to you. Shout out to brothers and sisters that seen it as just another day, because that's really what it should have been for us. And if your ancestors were alive, they would be proud of you, because they would see that you are thinking outside of the box and you understand you don't have to go with the crowd and be a follower. We're not followers here at Black Authentic Truth. We never have been, and we never will be. So shout out to all my brothers and sisters. I'll see y'all next time I go live. And with that, y'all stay safe, stay out the way. Love you. Peace.
What's up, baby? This is Deontay the Bronze Rumble Wilder. Make sure you tap into Black Authentic Truth for your latest news. It's great information, baby. Bomb Squad! Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of history. You know, every month they do Black History. They got Juneteenth. But there's nothing like Black Authentic Truth than what you get in the ICPK. You want to make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth. The reason why is because we actually give you the truth that correlates with historical information, and it incorporates with the Bible as well. You want to know why they don't have an answer for our condition in slavery? Because they don't bring the Bible. Black Authentic Truth marries Black history with the Bible, gives you the correct information. Make sure you subscribe to Black Authentic Truth for the proper information. Shalom.
Street Nasheed right here in Los Angeles, making it do what it do, man. Y'all check out Black Authentic Truth. Get some real good games on YouTube. Black Authentic Truth, man. Check it out, man. Real good information.
Man, you know what's going on. It's your boy Geechee Gotti. I'm rocking with Black Authentic Truth. You want to learn something? Tune in, man. Get your knowledge up. Get your history up, man. Know about something, man. You know what time it is, man. Geechee Gotti, Black Authentic Truth, man. Like and subscribe.
Black man, I have an obligation to my race of people, not to no other race or no other nationality, just to black people.
And you have always hated us. We have loved you consistently for 400 years. We prayed to that white Jesus, and we saluted your flag, and we died in your militaries, and you beat us like dogs.
This is Black Authentic Truth.